everyone, Dennis from Cinema Buffs here, bringing you the latest episode of my holiday movie reviews. Like I said last week, we're keeping it crazy and in the 80s with Gremlins. Now, for those of you who don't know, Gremlins is the story of a boy who receives a strange pet as a Christmas gift, but it has 3 rules. Don't get it wet, don't feed it after midnight, and do not let it get in bright lights. And obviously, as life would turn out, gets the pet wet, gets it, feeds one after midnight, and all sorts of chaos ensues when this darling little creature's spawn kind of turns into these demonic little reptilian devils. But the thing I love about this movie, I mean, like I said, I love all these movies I've been doing for my holiday reviews, is that thing I love about Gremlins, it's a throwback to like B-grade movies from the 50s. Like, you got like the gumshoe opening with the dad and like, you know, walking through a dark alley with the voiceover, and they watch 50s movies throughout this entire movie. It's a Wonderful Life shows up, and they're watching like, you know, those old detective movies at one point too, and like you got the old crow neighbor who's just like, you know, the Scrooge, just curmudgeon of the block. Now, while this might not be your typical Christmas movie, I think it's just one of these fun movies that you watch at Christmas time, just because it's the Christmas setting. Like Lethal Weapon, for example, another fun one to watch around Christmas, but you know, it's not really a Christmas movie per se. And to really enjoy Gremlins, I think that the first rule is turn off your brain. It's crazy situation, crazy stuff going on, because I hadn't watched this movie in a while, and in years actually, and watching it again, I was like starting to poke holes in it and just like, wait, they're walking around on the snow would melt, therefore get them wet. How come they're not just spawning left and right when they're outside? And just like, nope, turn off my brain. They're drinking beer and they're getting wet. So don't even give them anything to drink because they'll spawn. You know what? Turn your brain off. Just watch it and enjoy. And I gotta say, the acting of this movie, it fits the tone that the director Joe Dante was going for, which was, you know, 50s B-grade movies. And I think that he really hit on that in his later movie, The Majestic. Just a homage to all those classic movies from the 50s. But this movie does have good scares and good comedy in it. I think it does a real good job of going from comedy to horror, back to comedy, back to horror, back and forth, because it takes time to transition. Like, it takes time to build up as a horror movie, and then there's that great scene where the lead character's mom is fighting him in the kitchen. You know, she throws one in the microwave, throws another in the juicer, everything like that, just hits one with the bright lights. That's just a great sequence, a great horror sequence to just show how like demonic these little gremlins can be. But then it transitioned to that scene where at the bar with Phoebe Cates, and they're all drinking and they're playing cards and throwing darts and everything, and it gets very comedic, very campy. But then it goes back to horror when it's just the two of them in the store with the last gremlin. So I think that this movie achieves that very well with horror comedy, and they keep it campy throughout. And I think that's what helps connect and bridge it so well. But something that truly surprised me, I mean, this movie is 32 years old now, believe it or not. And the thing that surprised me the most about watching it again now in 2016 is that the special effects, the creature effects, they still hold up. I mean, yeah, of course you can tell they're puppets, I mean, obviously, but, you know, I would say if they try to remake this, they might make the Gremlins CGI and not practical. It would look way worse than what you got on the screen, you know, over 32 years ago. As far as Gremlins being like kind of the oddball choice, it's actually strange how all these movies I've been doing are connected. Planes, Trains, Automobiles, written, produced, directed by John Hughes, to Home Alone, written and produced by John Hughes, but directed by Chris Columbus, who wrote Gremlins, and all those movies feature a scene from It's a Wonderful Life, which I'll be bringing you my review of next week. But like I said, this movie isn't like really your traditional Christmas movie. It's not the one you always gather the family around, but it's one to have fun. You know, it's like watching Die Hard around Christmas. Yes, it's not going to give you that Christmas spirit. It's not like you get done watching Die Hard and you're like, oh, let's go caroling. Like, no, it's a fun movie to sit around with family, you know, and I think Gremlins is a little bit more for your friends. You know, you get your buddies together, have a few beers, and watch this. So I can't go too high on the feel-good scale, but it is a fun movie. It makes you feel good. So I'll go ahead and cut right in the middle and go 2.5 out of 5.
Buffs.
Well, that's it for my review of Gremlins. What you guys think? Why don't you go ahead and leave your comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We truly appreciate all the support here at Cinema Buffs. Be sure to join us this Friday as we bring you our review of the new holiday movie, Office Christmas Party, starring Jason Bateman and TJ Miller. So, until then, don't forget, there's no place like the theater.